Good morning, gamers. Welcome back. I am the AMDM Lee. This is my cup of coffee, and you're watching Perception Check. Just a little cold. Yeah. So, this is coming in late in the day because, well, I've been busy all day. My game room here is a mess. I've been working on the walls, trying to get that finished up. At least trying to get that section finished up so I can move that bookshelf back over there. At least until I paint it. And it's just been a trial and error of how to actually carve this in with the items that I have on hand. But today's perception check is going to step away from Dungeons and Dragons just a little bit. Back when I started playing, which was, well, I guess you would call it the golden age of tabletop gaming, back in the late 80s, there was a plethora of RPGs available. TSR had theirs with the D&D. You had Steve Jackson Games with their GURPS, which was an awesome system. You could build anything. And there was another company, which headquarters isn't that far from here, and that was Palladium Publishing Company. Now, the Palladium Publishing Company, Steve Jackson Games went on and made a lot of different stuff, a lot of different games and game systems and things like that. They branched out. TSR did something similar. They came out with more setting books and things like that. Now, Palladium had a system set up similar to 2nd edition D&D, and they came out with this here, Riffs. Now, this takes place after a nuclear apocalypse, basically, in which elves and dwarves and all that have come back to the world through dimensional rifts, thus the title, Riffs. And you have slave ships, and Atlantis is back, and all this other stuff. And just to show you some of the artwork. Now, this is, you've probably seen some of this before in other, no, other way. There we go. It's hard to, so I mean, this is just some of the artwork in here. Give you an idea of the world that it is set in. Chicago is a big setting in this thing. It's where humans have rebuilt. And now the humans are all kind of like humans only. Anything else that's not human is worthless, is a subpar, and should be destroyed type thing. Awesome game system. Mind you. Now, the Palladium system is called the Palladium Megaversal System. So, instead of reinventing the rules for every new game, they would add in new information. So they also have the Palladium Fantasy role-playing game. Next to D&D, the Palladium system is my favorite. There are a lot of rules. There is a lot more math, massive amounts of math involved in this. If you liked 3.5 and all of the min-maxing available in it, I highly suggest looking into Palladium Fantasy, Palladium Riffs. There was the Fantasy. Then there was the Modern. They're Beyond the Supernatural. This dealt with modern people dealing with supernatural threats. Now, Palladium multi-classing is possible in the Palladium system. I just don't think it's advised. If you want to play a certain way, you have this idea, this concept, I can almost guarantee the Palladium system has a character class already built that way. That is how in depth that class goes. And I have a lot of the Palladium books. A lot of the Palladium books. That's how much I liked the system. I probably have more Palladium RPG source books than I have any other RPG, because they didn't just update the game. They just add more rules. Very much what 3.5, very much what Pathfinder is doing now. Palladium system did it first. The Palladium system is just freaking amazing, and it's fun. It still uses a percentile skill-based system. Your skills are physical strength, physical endurance, mental strength, mental affinity, mental endurance. There's still like 6 to 8 skills. You still have hit points. They have something in there called SDC, structural damage capacity, where you take SDC. When your SDC runs out, then your hit points start going down, because your SDC is cuts, bruises, simple, minor damage, whereas your hit points is major damage. And there were things that could bypass that. It's a lot of information there. If you like the math, if you like a lot of math and you like the number crunching, look into the Palladium system. Not much has changed, and there are some hardcore gamers out there that still to this day run Palladium games. Not a lot of new guys do it. I've noticed that there's not a lot of new players in it. But it is worth checking out. Pick yourself up. Just pick up a Riffs book, the main book, and you're going to be good. But if I'm going to warn you, if you dive down that rabbit hole, it's going to be a long time before you come back up, because it's a deep, deep, deep hole. We're looking at over 24 world books for just the Riffs system. Then you have Beyond the Supernatural. Then you have Nightbane, which has 4 books in each series. Chaos Earth. Each world, you had several world books and then dimension books. And the Robotech game, Palladium. Palladium also came out with, and I still have a copy of the original. Where'd you go? I just saw you. Where did I move you? Okay. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles RPG. And we're talking Eastman and Lard Turtles, and this was the first time that the Ninja Turtles were ever done in color, was this cover. So, and it's even got some old school Ninja Turtle comic in the middle of it. It teaches you how to make a mutant animal. Shows you that. There's a Heroes Unlimited, Villains Unlimited. Take a look at the Palladium game. Go to Palladium books. Take a look at their stuff. It's an intricate game system. There are rules for everything and how it all interacts and conversions. And if you love the math, you're going to love these books. That's all I got for now, guys. Later on, I might do an in-depth into just one of the Palladium books. That was just an overview. If you want to see more about the Palladium stuff or want me to go a little bit more in-depth on it, let me know. We'll grab one of these books and we'll do a deep dive in one of them. It'll be fun. Lots of fun. All right. That's all I got for now, guys. If you like these videos, please click on the like button. If you think someone else would like them, please click on the share button. Every like's an inspiration, every share's an advantage, and every subscription is an experience point. Help me gain 300 experience points so I can get to second level. And as always, for every video that you share, the AMDM does hereby authorize you to gain 10 experience points. And I think that is it. I will see you tomorrow morning with the daily news. So from here, go forth and roll some dice.